Hi guys, I just wanted to tell you about these cards. Um, for those of you that have bobbed over to the Facebook page, you'll see I've posted out these cards. I bought them and they arrived last week. Okay, so in the beginning of my interest in tarot, I, as a child, saw a movie called Live and Let Die. It's a Bond movie, James Bond movie, and there's a lady in there, Jane Seymour, and she is a card reader. And I was like mystified. I loved the artwork of the cards and just love that movie so much. So when I became a student, I moved away from home. I went into a bookstore and they had a tarot section, which I found quite intriguing. So I saw these on the shelf. This isn't the original pack that I bought. I had to rebuy these, and I'll go into that story in a moment. So I bought these pack of cards and I thought, wow, okay, let's have a go at reading cards, and didn't really do it to any extent, but could read, obviously connect with the cards. And yeah, my pack at home, my pack's completely kind of like shredded. The box is a little bit shredded, and I used to keep all of my tarot cards, because I do collect them, in black satin cloth. And I I can even picture it now, putting the cards in the satin cloth, wrapped in the cloth, and putting, on the shelf. Anyway, so I was looking through eBay probably about 2 weeks ago, and noticed these cards come up, and I thought, wow, it would be great to use those on the channel. Something I wanted to relive my youth almost, and bid on the cards, and they were just a silly price. And I thought, right, okay, it's COVID. I can't go back to where my original pack of cards are, because they're in the middle of the country. We can't move in the UK at the moment for any great distance other than work. So I decided to buy a replacement pack while I'm in Cornwall of the pack that's at my folks. I was going to say home then. Home it's where my mum and dad are, so I always refer to it as home, but really home is Cornwall. So anyway, got this pack of cards, and thought, oh, okay, back bit battered, whatever, don't really mind. And I opened them and I thought, right, okay, let's have a look. And the cards have never been used, and I thought, oh, that's strange. Then I noticed this little thing. And in the pack of cards that I've got two of these blank cards, and one of them tells me a little bit about Fergus Hall, and the other one tells me about the cards themselves. And this has James Bond 007 tarot book. And I was thinking, how strange. I'm going to have a look at the cards, and they've never ever been used. Never been used. Now, I looked at the instruction book. I'm not going to get it out. And I thought, oh, okay, have a look at the instruction book. And the instruction book is a different paper to the ones I've got, because I've got a reprint. This is so strange. I don't know if you can hear that, but the candle's actually speaking to me. Or it could be the joss sticks. I'm making really weird sounds. It's almost like somebody speaking. Going, that's so strange. That's quite loud. I wonder if that will come through anyway, if you'll pick it up. Can you hear that? I wonder if you can hear it. Anyway, I'll carry on. Yeah. So I looked at these cards. That's so strange. That should start now when I'm just explaining these cards. Anyway, so I looked at the cards and I thought, ooh, okay. So I looked at the book and it said 1973. And I thought, oh, that's when the Bond movie came out. So these are original first edition pack of cards. And then I thought, oh, but they've never been used. But even more intriguing, at the bottom of the cards was this photograph, and it was like that. And it was only when I took the cards out that I actually saw this lady's head, and I thought, oh my goodness me, there's a photograph of a lady in the box of cards. So, me being me, I messaged the seller and said, beautiful cards, really love them, but there's a photograph in there. Do you want it back? And she said, oh no, just chuck it away. And I thought, ooh, I can't do that. I can't just chuck this photograph away. Who is this lady? Who is this lady? And it's been on someone's wall. It's been stuck somewhere. And by the looks of it, either she is, I would say that's, and I've seen these photos before, so I would say it's either late 70s, early 80s by the looks of it. But it almost feels like these were a present to someone, and they've popped this photograph in there. Very intriguing. Anyway, so I don't know who this lady is, but I am going to do a reading for her to try and find out some information. On the back of these cards, we've got this little sticker, and it's of the shop, the retail shop. And I thought, oh, I wonder if they're still around, because it's a very old area code and phone number. So I googled them and I thought, oh, they're still trading. They still do metaphysical ephemera, so books and things like that. They no longer own a shop, but they do all their trading online. I thought, oh, right, okay. And then it said trading since 1973, and I thought, what the heck? So these are in effect probably one of the first stock items that they sold. Absolutely amazing. So these cards are from 1973. Now, even more amazing, I've been looking on eBay, and I noticed a few more people had these packs of cards recently since I bought these for sale, and they're going for silly money for some reason. Now, you can buy these as reprints. They are beautiful, the artwork. I'd advise anybody that's into tarot or likes the illustrations that go with the cards to actually look at these, because they are so vibrant in colour and just beautiful cards to read with as well if you are a reader. But yeah, they're going for silly money for some reason. It's so ridiculous. And today, while switching the channel on the radio, we've got a channel in Cornwall called Greatest Hits, and it's a Plymouth-based channel. And turn the radio on, and there was Live and Let Die, and I was like, oh my gosh, you are kidding me! What is going on? So yeah, that's the theme music to the actual movie that these cards are featured in, with Jane Seymour, Live and Let Die. And that's what we talk about, signs and synchronicities. And I thought, there's somebody telling me to do some research into this lady and find out who she is. Beautiful cards. I won't use them. For some reason, they're telling me not to, but I will. Yeah. It really takes me back. It really takes me back to my youth and that giddy kind of like euphoria. I remember buying the cards, and they're in like a little paper bag, and just can't wait to almost like run to my dorms and get the cards out, because it kind of felt quite secretive at the time. My mum had a few packs of tarot cards, and yeah. Always wanted to get my hands on them, but was never allowed. She was used to put them high on a shelf or in the wardrobe, and she'll go, no, they're only for me, you don't go fiddling with them. So when I bought my first pack, it was like, yippee! And the passion for tarot kind of like grew from there, really. I'm very interested in the artwork. As an artist, I go for cards that are a little bit quirky in artwork terms, that look appealing, and I have a huge amount of tarot that I've bought over the years just for the artwork and probably never used, and it's just for the illustrations. But as a reader, I've started to use more and more tarot now, but for some reason they're telling me not to use these. But yeah, just a little bit of a signs and synchronicities. And this is not far from actually Northampton. It's not far from my home in, well, where my parents live in Warwickshire. So just imagine that's been sitting, and I love this. It's the feeling of history that's been sitting in a box. These cards been sitting in a box, probably in a house sale. You know, this lady wasn't a tarot card seller, it was just bits and bobs that she had purchased and wanted to get rid of, and yeah, almost apologetic about not having a look inside the pack and finding this. But I'm so glad she didn't find it, because she would have been off the mind of just to chuck it in the bin. But this is someone out there. I'd love to know the story behind these cards and this lady, if she's got any connection to it, or perhaps somebody just slipped that in there, or perhaps it was a birthday present, I don't know. Whichever the case is, it's never been used. They've just been put in a box. They've just sat there like that, with this crumpled at the bottom. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you about signs and synchronicities and how they occur. So when we talk about them in readings, it's about, I don't know, sometimes I reflect back on my childhood, and I'll start noticing more things. So there'll be certain genres of music, places I've visited that suddenly pop in, and there'll be more and more and more signs and synchronicities, and it's the universe telling us something. And the universe was telling me to investigate this lady here and to do a reading for her. So yeah, I'll let you know how that turns out. But very spooky, and I love it. I love finding little things, little added things, and things that are bought online that are unexpected. So that's my little story of Tarot of the Witches. And if you are of the mind of buying cards, I tend to try and not buy new now, because I was of a, I will never buy anything that's kind of like secondhand, because I was a bit pokey back when I was younger. And I will buy second-hand tarot cards. You can cleanse them. Some people have only used their packs of cards once or twice, and why shouldn't you use them? You know, shouldn't you use them? I mean, if they're completely battered and you won't be able to read from them, then that's another thing. But if they're of a certain standard that you can use them, then why not? Why not use? If you've got any tarot cards that you're not using, sell them. I mean, I've got some oracle cards here that I'm thinking about moving on, because I don't think I will ever use them. So yeah, always look. I would advise anybody that's into tarot, thinking about beginning tarot, a lot of really nice, look on the used part on eBay, some great packs on there. I've been scanning them now. Some great starter packs, so why not use them? And it's also kind of like giving money to, I would say, helping the smaller shops and not the massive shops. You're buying it from Waterstones or somewhere like that. Sorry to say that, but it's the only bookseller I can think of at the moment. Or some massive retail outfit. Help the little man. So buy on eBay, I would say. Have a look on eBay. They've got some great things that you can get for not much money. Or you could buy these. I mean, these are still being printed. You can buy a version of these for probably about £20-25. But I'd recommend actually looking at the sellers that sell the used and used stock even. And recycle that money. Put your money into helping the little people out there. Little people sounds awful, doesn't it? But yeah, helping businesses grow. So I'm a great believer in that. Anyway, I'm going to shut up waffling. Just wanted to tell you about these cards and this gorgeous photo, whoever this lady is. So I'll let you know about that reading when I do it. So I love you loads. And remember, go to eBay, have a look on the used section. I don't sell my cards on eBay, incidentally, but there's some great cards out there, really old vintage cards that you can buy for, you know, 20-25 quid if you want to do that, or you can get them for £8, whatever. Just have a look, because there's some great vintage packs out there that I feel need to be used, need to be given a new lease of life. And yeah, I'm promoting eBay for some reason. But yeah, check the sellers out on eBay. There's some great sellers out there. So anyway, love you loads. And that's the very long story of my tarot of the witches. And I'll see you for the weekly reads. Love you loads. Take care.